Hi, and welcome to another video on object-oriented programming in C#, with me, Marinas Toman. Okay, so in this video what we're going to do is create our first .NET console application. So I've got a tutorial here from Microsoft themselves, and we're just going to follow that today. So the IDE, or the Integrated Development Environment that we're using, is Visual Studio 2022, so I have a copy of that here. So when we start Visual Studio up, what we want to do is create a new project. So we click on that. So you can see there's a lot of different options here. You can scroll all the way down, but if we type console into the search bar, if you don't see console app already, and we want to click just console app, and you can see C#, Linux, Mac, Windows and console. So they're all the platforms that this will work on. Okay, so we'll choose next, and we want to give it a name. In this instance we'll call it Hello World, which is a popular first app name. Okay, and I've already set up where I'm going to be placing these projects. Okay, so hit next once we're happy with the project name, and now we want to select. This will be dependent on yourself, but in this course we'll go with .NET 7.0. And we'll click do not use top level statements, because we don't want to use top level statements in this project. Okay, so click create. Okay, and once Visual Studio has created the project for you, you'll see a couple of things. Here that, so you basically have your window for typing in your code and looking at your different files, and then we have an explorer or window pane here called the Solution Explorer. So this is really to show you your different programs and everything that's within your solution and everything within your project. Okay, so to start with, it just gives us this bog standard console.write-to-line. So we'll explain later on in class what these different objects and methods are. So this basically creates a class called program, and it has one method called main, and once you run the main method it just prints hello world to the console. Okay, so what we can do now is run the app. So there's a couple of different ways that you can run the app. You can run it with debugging, or you can run it without the debugger. So that's these two buttons here. So the one without the debugger is the kind of empty triangle, and the one with the debugger is the full triangle. Okay, so we'll just run it without debugging and see what happens. Okay, so you can see that the program has run and it has just printed to a console hello world, and it's just waiting for any key to be entered, and once we enter a key it'll just close the window. Okay, so we can start to enhance the app a bit. So we could basically write this block of code here. And if you go on to this tutorial online, you'll be able to copy and paste this code directly in. Okay, so that's over at this address here. I'll share this link with you in class. So we can just copy this code, come over to the IDE and paste it straight in. So each line of code, we'll explain line by line what's happening here. So first of all, we're going to display this message, what is your name, to the console. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take input from the user. So we're going to take a string here, this is expecting a string, and we're going to store it in the variable name. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to capture the time, and we're just going to capture the time right now. And then we're basically going to display this hello, whatever the name was input on, and it'll be the current day and the current date. And then we will just wait for display, press any key to exit, and then we will wait until the user presses a key until we exit the application. Okay, so we can run this now. So what is your name? Let's say Mark. Hello Mark on the date and the time. And so it's waiting for any key, and then of course that's the application finished, and then we can press any key again to close the window. Okay, so you can go through this tutorial at your own pace, but I'm just going to scan quickly through and explain basically what everything's doing. So that's basically it. That's the whole tutorial. And if you have any questions, you know where you can contact me. Okay, so that's everything for the video. Thanks for watching.